debut album that you already mentioned. Let's go back to that. Coming out on Schematic. Hopefully, fingers crossed again, spring 2021, as I understand it.
Yes, yeah, spring I would say, or spring. Yes, spring. Yeah,
yes,
I was
spring.
supposed to release it. It was supposed to come out this year, but it just doesn't make sense. You know, I think a lot of things are getting glossed over because there's just so much other shit to worry about.
Yeah.
Sure, music is going to be there, but this for me is a very, very particular album with a message of just like, you know, being able to expand not just its music, but like a listening. So
that's cool.
A listening album where you can sit down. It's more of a concept behind it where I truly want people to sit down and just listen.
I love that.
I want 4 people to sit down in their couch, which is something I do here in my studio, and just have a full-on listening session. And that's what it's kind of made for.
That's awesome. So is it the kind of thing that flows almost like it's one piece? Or
it's one track. It's basically one song.
Wow, that's amazing. Left to right,
it'll be one. It'll be 12 or 16 tracks.
Right.
It flows in a way where there's no cuts. You're not going to be like, oh, I like song 4.
Right.
You know, it's like it makes sense when you hear it all together from left to right.
That's so rad. Did you create it in such a way, like? Did you actually do some kind of crazy one take? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's still being created. So the way that I did it is I take it on like a DJ set where I feel like a DJ set sort of has peaks and valleys, and all the transitions in the middle between 2 songs. You take elements from one song, elements from the upcoming song, and create another song that might be a transition for a minute and a half, and trying to take the listener on a journey. Like that. Obviously I've done dance music and sure, track 1, track 2, track 3, 4. But yeah, I wanted to go at this a little bit different, and it's actually quite difficult. You know, like it's not an easy task at all. It's at least to the amount of perfection that I want. I'm glad I got a little bit more time because I can really make this even crazier.
That's so exciting, though. I know you're kind of a gearhead. I don't know if you can show everyone your studio real quick.
Well, Borat, I don't know if Borat wants to leave.
Hey! He looks like he might be into it.
Okay, more, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, how do I do this?
Drum roll.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, there it is. Look at that beautiful studio. And that is not all. I love the live plants.
I don't know what do I have going on. That's my patch bay. What do I going on over here?
Oh my god!
That's a really dope piece right there. The GRPA4. That's one of my bad boys. But yeah, I have the studio like there's plants everywhere and stuff. It's just for vibes, you know.
Yeah.
It's LEDs. I have LEDs up here as well.
For when the sun's down?
I've been in here for so long, it's insane. There's no windows, so
oh wow.
I have to step outside every single day for hours just to try and get some sunlight.
I was going to say, like, when you're working with these analog synths, are those, like, do you just get lost in a hypnotic state playing with stuff like that? Could you just be staring at one lost in the sauce for hours, or how does it work?
Right. For me, that's the whole purpose, especially when you're working with modular stuff. I forget to record, which is the biggest. It's one of the biggest setbacks when it comes to, you know, being a gearhead. Is that you get lost in the menu. So I'm a deep menu diver, and you just get lost and like, oh, let me see if I can modulate this. Like send this LFO to modulate this, and you know, just get a little weird with it. And you forget to record. So
you got it. That's got to be step 1.
Yeah, but then you end up recording 16 hours, and you're like, what the? You're not going to go back and listen to 16 hours worth of work.
That's so real.
It has to be done very strategic way of recording, and thankfully, like these last 6 months have kind of given me a what's it called? Not a schedule, but a way of recording that I know exactly where everything is, and I don't get lost in the recordings or just in the machines in general.
Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy. So are those there's so many pieces in there. I don't even know what to say. Like, did you use that on the album? I feel like you've got a museum in there.
A lot of it is, every machine that I have sits in a specific frequency spectrum. A lot, a lot of people will have, if they have a Moog Voyager, they'll also have something that sounds very close to the Moog.
Yeah.
I try. If I have an FM synthesizer, it's there for a specific reason. If I have, if I have a sequencer that does a certain type of thing, it's there for a very specific reason, rather than like spending time and money and space on stuff that shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of it has been used on the album, especially this guy right here. I don't know if you can see it, but this is my main machine.
Yeah.
Now it's called the Andromeda. The Elysius Andromeda, and that thing is all over the album. I've learned that synth inside and out, and it's one of the most complicated synths out there. And thankfully, I know what I'm doing with it now. It's because of Corona. So thanks.
Wow. Yeah. You at least had enough time to sit in your dark, windowless studio and figure out how to use all these toys to the best effort.
Yeah. So that's one of the positives.